we're just doing something about Jericho because Jericho retweets shit. And I am just a dirty whore. I have no talent. I just latch on to famous people and I beg for retweets and likes. Oh, man.
A boss hit my line with an angry text saying something about B90X. I said wrestling. I'm going to wrestling. Then my phone blew up with a couple of alarms. I got bets to make. I got worms to farm. I said wrestling. I'm going to wrestling.
The top 5, we just made the list. Oh, that's interesting. The top 5 versions of Chris Jericho. Do you want to do that one of the top 5 Texas-born wrestlers? We can do that next week because Mania from Texas.
Yep.
Yeah.
Texas is loaded.
Hell yeah.
So many.
Undertaker, Shawn, Austin. That's a hell of a top 3. And then you got to figure out the next 2.
Eddie.
Okay, I said you got to figure it out. I didn't say we just go through according to your list. Do you want to run the show? Do you want to do wrestling?
Not at all.
What about you? You do, don't you? You kind of do.
Not at all.
You do wrestling at home in the mirror, don't you?
I do to lots of places.
Just on the train, Jersey Transit. All right, this is wrestling. I don't know why he's Dennis Miller all of a sudden. All right, okay. Top 5 versions of Chris Jericho. Number 5, Le Champion. Le Champion, the first champion of AEW. And AEW doesn't get out of the blocks quite as well if it has a lame champion, if it has a shitty champion, if it has a champion nobody believes in. But they had name value, they had everything, they had the inner circle from the jump. Le Champion, Chris Jericho, number 5. Number 4, we just made the list. You just made the list. Chris Jericho at this point had been in WWE 18 years, 17 or 18 years?
17 years.
17 years, it was 2016 around there. So he'd been there 15, 16, 17 years, in and out. And he somehow reinvented himself to have the hottest program of 2016 by doing the list and having the feud with Kevin Owens, the clicking of the pen, stupid idiot. The motherfucker was incredible, still is incredible. Number 4 is we just made the list, Jericho. You just made the list, Jericho. I'm the one that says we just made the list.
Yeah.
Do you think we just made the list will be a top 5 Brandon Walker character? What are the top 5 Brandon Walker characters? Welfare recipient Walker, food stamps Walker,
Mississippi State Walker.
dirt poor Walker, dies of a stroke Walker, and delinquent on his child support Walker. I'm not divorced yet, but I figure when I do, I'm going to be delinquent.
That'd be number 1.
Probably number 1, yeah. What number comes after 4? Going backwards. 3, thank you. Thank you for the white power sign. That was unnecessary. Can we get him out of here, please? Jesus. Number 3, we're going to go with Y2J. Y2J. August 9th, 1999? Monday Night Raw. The Rock is in the middle of the ring. The countdown hits. Bam. Everybody knows it's Jericho. His music, remember, so the music hits the countdown. Then you have the pyro. The screen comes, it just says Jericho on a black screen. And that's when people know. I was such a big Jericho mark back then, still am. It was one of the great Monday Night Raws of my life. That is number 3, Y2J. And I say that continued, I don't know, I think the Y2J character goes from debut to like when he lost the title to Triple H at Mania 18. Like 3 years. But number 2, I love these 2 versions of Jericho. I got to decide which one I like better. Number 2, I'm going to go with Suit Jericho 2008. 2008 Suit Jericho, I loved him so much. 2007 he returned at Survivor Series, I think to wrestle Randy Orton. And he was fine for a little bit, but then towards the summer, he started getting a little heel persona. He had the show, the highlight reel, and then he threw Shawn Michaels through the obscenely expensive Geritron 5000, and that kicked off the feud of 2008. It was so good. Him and Shawn Michaels were incredible, and he was talking in big words. He was wearing the suits. He was incredible. He was awesome, and he got the world title that summer, or maybe that fall, in a six-pack challenge, I believe. That's when he won it. September, I think, 2008. He won it, and then it goes all the way through 2009 when they had Jericho.
Yep. Big show.
Suit Jericho was just awesome. It was unlike any other thing in wrestling. But number 1 is something that sticks with me to this day. In 1998, WCW was getting stale. It had brought wrestling back. Don't make any mistake. WCW is responsible for the Attitude Era. WCW is responsible for the second wrestling boom. WCW brought wrestling back. WWE, or WWF at the time, took it and ran with it and went to a higher level. But WCW brought wrestling back in 96 with the NWO thing. And they ran NWO to death in 96 and 97. By 98, it was boring. It was all the same. Every main event, Hogan, Savage, Sting, Hall, Nash, just some sort of Piper, some sort of mix of that. But on the undercard, in early 98, Chris Jericho turned heel, and he spent 1998 being the funniest, most interesting, best wrestler in the company by far. He did the conspiracy thing. He did the list gimmick where he did arm bar, arm drag, moss-covered family credenza.
Family Redonzo.
Yeah, just on and on. He did, I would say Jericho did 50 bits in 98. Ralphus, Jericho's personal security, Hello Cleveland when he's in Springfield or something.
The Goldberg feud.
Greenberg, I believe was his name. 98 Chris Jericho is one of the most entertaining wrestlers in the history of the business. I think it's what got him a contract at WWE and launched his career. 98 Chris Jericho, WCW, is my favorite Jericho, but I love them all. He is incredible, an all-time great, and this new Jericho that had a promo the other night, who had Chris Jericho delivering a promo that good in 2022? Well, your bingo card is now filled out. I love Chris Jericho.